So we can use the VI scripting to define actions that LabVIEW performs when we select a custom item from the shortcut menu. To generate the files that we need to create a shortcut menu plugin, we can use this utility that NI provides with LabVIEW, which is located in Program Files, then National Instruments, then the LabVIEW version that we are using, then Resource, then Plugins, and then pop-up menus. Inside that folder, you will find a VI called Create Shortcut Menu Plugin from Template. Let's run it. Let's give this this plugin name test. Let's specify that we want this plugin to be available at edit time for front panel or block diagram. Let's check this checkbox which states that if we want that the plugin VIs be open after they are created. So let's run the VI, and our plugin VIs are opening up. So for this tutorial we are interested in this VI, which is execute followed by the name of the plugin that we for our case we specified as a test VI. So let's go to the block diagram, and on the block diagram we can use the VI scripting to modify the behavior of object the plugin effects. We can add a property node or invoke node to access and modify the properties and methods of objects using a VI server reference, like this one. We can add additional VIs to the library of the shortcut menu plugin as needed to modify the behavior of the objects. To avoid name conflicts, National Instruments recommends prefixing the file name of any additional VIs and sub-VIs with the name of the plugin or using a project library. For example, suppose we have a plugin which is named X, and we want to create a sub-VI for it. We can name it as X underscore whatever the name of the subVI dot VI. Or we can save additional VIs and sub-VIs in the project library. We should name it prefixed by the name of the plugin, like x.lvlib library. So let's go back to our execute test VI, and let's use this referenum. Let's test it out. Let's for example add a property node and extract the class name. So since we're having this problem, this happens when we change the VIs associated with the plugin. So let's go to this application and then let's call a method for LabVIEW application called refresh. So let's run it so that this problem does not bother us. So right click, and let's change it to let's select end of line. So what I want to do is, when we right click on an object, I want to extract its class name and then convert it into this and store all the strings into, convert it into a string and display it in this one button dialog. So let's save it, and then let's call this function refresh menus. Otherwise, for this code to take effect, we would have to close LabVIEW and then restart LabVIEW. Just run this code. So the menus are refreshed. Now let's create a new VI. Let's place some object on its front panel. Let's place some object on its block diagram. Let's right click, and there is our test plugin. Let's call it and see how it works. So let's go and fix this code, and the delimiter should be attached here. So let's disconnect it from there and connect it to its delimiter tab, and we should have a format string. Let's create a constant for it. Let's save this VI. Let's call our refresh menus code. Let's go back to test VI. Let's right click, front panel, call our test plugin, and it is working now. It is a digital control present on the front panel. So let's go to its block diagram. Let's select this add function, right click, and then call our test plugin. This is the function and parameters terminal. Let's create another front panel object and give it one more test. Right click, call our plugin, and this is present on the front panel. It's a text box, it has text, and this is a Boolean control. So everything is working fine. So let's go and add let's play around more. So let's copy this array. Let's select it, Control C and Control V, and let's change this ref num. Let's right click, select VI server class, generic, GObject, then control, then go to numeric, and let's select digital refnum. Let's call it refnum 2. Let's open the type dev, and here let's place this array of digital refnums inside the cluster. Let's save it, close it. Let's go to the block diagram, and let's expand this unbundle. Let's add a for loop. Let's pass this array. Let's use a property node. Connect it to the reference. Let's select the value property, extract the value, then copy this property node, connect the reference wire, change it to right, then let's go to the variant palette, variant to data, convert this variant to double, then increment, and then pass this value to the same indicator. Let's save this, Control S. Let's go to the VI. Let's call the refresh method, run it. Let's go to the VI where we have placed an control. Let's right click it and maybe refresh it again. Right click, call our plugin, and it has incremented the value, also displaying the class information. Let's call it again, and it is working perfectly. So normally we have to, after saving these changes, we have to restart LabVIEW for changes to take effect. But to reload plugins without restarting LabVIEW, we can create an empty VI, add the Invoke node to the block diagram, and configure the Invoke node for the menus refresh method and run the VI. This method is also useful if we write an installer for our plugins. We can run the method as part of the installation process. If we use the JKI VI package manager VIPM software to distribute our plugins, add the menus refresh method to the post installation VI.